Today on the Average Joe's of Arizona, we're going to take a look at modifying the bumper on the Rubicon. Hey YouTube, how's it going? Hey, really excited to start on this video. It's been a while since I've done a video. Been busy at work doing other things, but really excited to start on the JK again. We're going to tear into the front end of the Wrangler, and we're going to work on a couple of items. It's going to be a multi-series, multi-video series on the front end of the Wrangler. We're going to pull the bumper today. I'm going to do a quick video of that. There's a lot of videos out there on pulling the bumper off of these Rubicons Wranglers. But I'm also going to separate the plastic cover on that bumper from the steel. So I'm going to do more of a detailed on that. There's not that many videos out there on that, so we're going to see what we're running into there. Then we're going to decide whether we want the plastic on it or we're going to run with steel, and we're going to cut it down to a stubby bumper. We're going to do that. Now, while the bumper's off, that first segment will be one video. And while the bumper's off, we're going to take some good pictures and take some good measurements of the frame rail, what's hidden behind there, in anticipation of putting a winch plate on. So we're going to get some good video of that. Hopefully it'll give you guys some information if you're thinking about doing the same thing, putting a winch on your front factory bumper and running that. So I need to get some measurements of that and where to drill, some good drill points and attachment points for the winch plate. So that'll be probably video number 2. The third one, once we get all that information and figure out a winch plate that I'm going to use, I might use one of the Badlands. They're inexpensive, $50 from Harbor Freight, or I may order just a winch plate that'll fit the specs on this. I know there's a couple other ones out there like Hard Rock, and I discussed in my prior video why I'm not going that route with a more expensive Hard Rock winch plate for these factory bumpers. So we're gonna order a winch plate. We're gonna modify it, and we're gonna drop that in, put the winch in. That'll probably be video number 3. And the final one, not really on the bumper, but we're gonna pull the grill out on that, and we're going to put a screen behind that to protect the radiator from bugs and rocks. So that'll be probably the final video. So I'm thinking 3-4 videos on this, just kind of detailed of modifying this front end. All right, so let's get started. We have got one right here. So we got to pull one on each side of there. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 along the front. So we'll pull those off. Okay, so we got the front bottom cover down. I don't know what you call it, but we pulled that off. We got all the trim tabs out. They came out pretty good. Next time I'm at Harbor Freight, I'm going to end up buying a trim tab puller. Use the old screwdriver. Yeah, this is a deep socket. And this is 18. Looks like it's going to be an 18 millimeter deep socket. Put a small extension on just to get the reach. Alright, for that side, I put on a extension with a deep socket, 18 millimeter, to get into there. This is a lower bolt. And let's see, should be able to get onto the bolt. All right, so we got the 4 bolts on each side undone. I put 1 on each side as a safety bolt so it won't fall off. Now what I got to do is pull the bumper back and then disconnect the lights and the wire loom, and then we can pull it off. Got everything, got the wire loom, the little fur strips that are wrapped around there. Ended up taking a little dike and snipping those. There was 4 or 5 of them. Anyway, got everything done. Pulled the safety bolts out, ready to pull it on. There we go. That is the inside of it. Alright. Okay, so that is the inside of the bumper. These are the 4 bolts, 1 each side of the frame rail that we had. And get my hands free here. So there's 1 bracket, goes on each section of these. Alright. Next one, to pull this off, I'm going to pull these bolts, these 2, 1 on each side, right here and here, and then we're going to have to, no, we won't have to pull these. We'll leave those on. Once we get these pulled, this metal piece here should slide off of the plastic covering. We'll get down to seeing what we got. I'm going to use a 15mm on these bolts right here. Just grabbed a deep socket, that's what I had. You don't have to use one on it. Alright, so we got everything disconnected. We got the 2 cover retaining bolts on each end and the frame rail bolts done. So this metal bracket should pull right out. And there we go. So, and it came out easy. I'm attributing that because it's fairly new. It's about a 2-month-old vehicle since I've had it. I don't know the manufacturer date on it, but alright. So there's the metal bumper. And the plastic cover. And we're going to get the toe hooks. Okay, got those off. Now, I'm debating whether to pull these out. I think I'm going to pull the lights out. It's going to be there's 4 Phillips head screws on each, so we'll pull those out next, and then we'll be down to the plastic bumper.